So, guys, the story's finally here. Let's begin. Lizzie Peterson stepped into her house after school one sunny, crisp October day. No! Came a wail from upstairs. Oh, man, Lizzie said. She covered her ears. Whoa! No one could wail as loudly as her youngest brother, the Bean. When he got wound up, folks could hear him from a mile away. Fortunately for the Peterson family and their neighbors, the Bean was almost always in a good mood. But when he was feeling cranky, watch out. The trouble was the Bean seemed to be feeling cranky a lot lately. Not that it was totally his fault. He kept coming home that day from daycare with runny colds or itchy rashes or an upset tummy. None of those are fun. Every week it was something different. He was hardly ever sick enough to stay in bed or move, but he was way too sick to go to daycare. Lizzie hated being sick, so she could understand why it made the Bean so angry. Unfortunately, the whole situation made his family cranky. Made this whole family cranky. Dad was angry because he almost caught the cold rash or tummy from him. Mom was cranky because she was working on a big article for the town newspaper, and the deadline was getting closer. When the Bean was home from daycare, it was almost impossible for her to get much done besides taking care of him. Charles, Lizzie's older brother, was cranky because he just couldn't take it when the Bean cried. Why does he have to be so noisy? Charles would ask Lizzie. I wasn't even that noisy when I was his age. Was I? Dream on, Lizzie told him. You were even worse. Lizzie was cranky because she couldn't decide what to dress for his Halloween. Jesus Christ, sounds like they all have attitude issues. Plus, Mom kept asking her to help out with the Bean. For some reason, Lizzie was the one who could always calm down. She loved her brother. She did. She really did. But she didn't always love getting stuck with cheering him up. Now, if the Bean was a puppy, that would be different. Lizzie could put up anything if it meant she got to spend time with a puppy. Barking puppies, nipping puppies, even peeing puppies. She's seen it all. The Petersons were a foster family who specialized in caring for puppies who needed home. Of course, Lizzie's dog, Buddy, was not a barker, a nipper, or a peer. At least most of the time. Buddy was the cutest puppy ever. Buddy... Oh my gosh. Was the one puppy the Petersons haven't been able to give up when the time came to find them a forever family. Lizzie guessed that at this moment, Buddy was probably out of the fenced yard, hiding in the rose bushes so he wouldn't have to listen to the Bean's temper tantrum. Lizzie was about to find Buddy when Mom appeared in the kitchen with the Bean right in her hip. He was basically yelling into her ear at the top of her lungs. I don't want it! He bawled. Mom looked frantic. Her hair stuck up in weird places. Her sweater had awkward, gross-looking stains on it. And her socks were crooked and mismatched. She gave Lizzie a crooked smile and raised her eyebrow. Fun day, she said. He never went down for his nap. I'll take him, Lizzie said before her mother could even act. She could see that Mom really needed her help. Plus, it was really hard for her to see her little brother upset. She knew exactly how to cheer him up. I'll bring him along with me on my route, Lizzie said. Oh, that'd be great, Mom said. Thank you, Lizzie. I mean you. I mean it. Lizzie grabbed her backpack from the hooks of the kitchen door and took an apple from a bowl on the counter. She then held out her arm to the Bean. Come on, let's go see some puppies. The Bean stopped wailing. He squirmed out of Mom's arms and ran over to Lizzie. Uppies! He put in Lizzie's hand. Let's go! Lizzie and some friends had a dog walking business. Every day after school, Lizzie headed out to exercise the dogs on her route. It was more like play than work, Lizzie always thought. Who wouldn't want to be around dogs all the time? Sometimes she couldn't believe she actually got paid to hang out with so many fun pals. AAA Dynamic Dog Walkers, that was the name of the business. Yes, had been one of her best ideas ever. Lizzie! The bean pulled on her arm again. Come on! The bean loved to join Lizzie on her dog walking route. The only problem is that he walked so slowly, sometimes Lizzie felt like she was about to be yanked in half when there was a dog pulling her one way and the bean clinging on to her the other way. Hold on, Lizzie said. I just need to grab my sweatshirt. She reached to her backpack and pulled out her most oldest treasured piece of clothing. She loved it because it was soft and comfortable and warm. And Beth's almost covered fuzzy drawings of all the dog breeds. Really? Mom asked, crossing her arms and raising a brow. Lizzie smiled. Mom tried to throw the sweatshirt away so many times, but Lizzie always rescued it. Some of the cuffs were ragged, there were stains on the front. And it went from white, but now it was sort of grayish, and the eyebrows were gone. But it was Lizzie's dog walking uniform, her lucky charm. Lizzie always found it so comforting and so familiar. She twirled around. She was Mama's shirt. Mom laughed. Okay, sweetheart, fine. Thanks for taking the bean, Lizzie, Mom said. And don't forget, never let go of his hand, Lizzie said. I know, Mom. She was proud of her mom who had been trusting her to take care of her brother. I promise. What about your doggy? Lizzie asked the bean as they got ready to go. She pulled into the backpack and grabbed the blue leash. The bean jumped up and down in excitement. He giggled and took the leash. A moment later, he and Lizzie headed down the street. The bean trailed on the leash with his imaginary dog behind him. He gripped Lizzie's hands as he trotted beside her. All his crankiness were gone. Uppy, he said. Yes, we're going to see some puppies, Lizzie agreed, smiling at him. Uppy, 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 the bean said louder. He pointed down the street. Lizzie looked around, but she couldn't see anything. Okay, she said, shrugging her shoulders. Over there, the bean yelled, pointing at something. This time Lizzie saw it. A blur of white and brown dashed across the street. Hey, she said, is that a puppy? And you'll find out it is a puppy in the next part.